All right, everyone, we got an interesting story here. So, obviously, people are not happy with the current WrestleMania card. It was supposed to be, everyone wanted Cody versus Roman Reigns, but then you had some other things happen. And now we're here with The Rock facing Roman Reigns and Cody likely to face Seth Rollins. But to this point, nobody knows for sure, right? And it's interesting because the backlash has been fierce. It's been very fierce. And it's been, on the internet, even mainstream news outlets have picked it up, which means that it's not just like an internet small section that are pissed. It's people are noticing it, right? Because the bottom line is the fans wanted to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Now, to be fair to WWE with this, um, it's pretty clear that WWE's hands were forced. So this was not the initial plan. And we're going to read something from Dave Meltzer here, which kind of explains what's going on. So he wrote on F4W Online's The Board. This is what he wrote. He said The Rock pushed super hard for it. So talking about him fighting at WrestleMania, the WrestleMania 40 card changed when CM Punk and Brock Lesnar were out, and all the dominoes fell. Dwayne already wanted it, and they felt they now needed it as well. Felt this was better to change the news flow away from Vince. Cody was the plan. Dwayne was going to face him. Roman Reigns later, maybe next year's Mania, maybe Saudi. The Vince thing ends up worse than they thought, and they changed the plan 100%. It was Punk versus Seth and Cody versus Reigns until Punk got hurt. So this is a report from Dave Meltzer. If it's true, I guess that's still to be seen. But it seems like that was the case, right? And that basically lines up completely. So the question is here is this fair to WWE? Was this a good move on their part or was it a bad move? And I'd argue, there's a few things that are probably going to make people a little bit upset, and that is hearing that The Rock push for it, right? Now, The Rock is an Attitude Era star, and he's a star, and he's, even though he started in the Attitude Era, he every time he comes back, he gets a huge pop, right? So there's no denying his star power, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring. But I think people wanted to see Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns. And I think they kind of understand that The Rock being against Roman Reigns is just kind of a match that, although it's two greats going at it, and especially when you say great when you refer to The Rock, it's still not what people wanted. And I think there's probably a lot of people, at least this is our theory, and we could be wrong on this, but we would be shocked. We would not be shocked to see Roman Reigns lose to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. We would be shocked to see Roman Reigns lose to The Rock. And that's because this idea that The Rock is going to have some long title reign just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense, right? And so I understand that when CM Punk goes down and Brock Lesnar is unavailable due to this lawsuit, I understand you have to make a change on the fly. What I don't understand is why they chose you had a different path here. And what I mean by that is, right now when you look at it, so CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. So you have two matches that people would have loved, right? Just two fantastic matches. So Punk gets hurt, which means Seth Rollins needs his partner, right? He needs somebody he's going to fight. Why you would decide to ruin the other match that people wanted to see, because people would have wanted to see both those matches in a big way. Punk gets hurt now, one of them is ruined, but you could try to, fix that one. But instead, what they chose to do was to take the other match that was still in play and was not ruined, to take that match and to move one of the supposedly, now I guess we'll see, but most likely Cody Rhodes will then be fighting Seth Rollins, right? If so, now you've ruined both matches because as much as people like Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, that's not the match people wanted to see, and as much as people like The Rock versus Roman Reigns, like these are two good matches on the face of them, but they're not the time when people wanted to see them. So I don't understand why they didn't instead go the route of, okay, we're going to keep this match because this is our number one match, right? This is our number one. This is the match people are hyped for, so this is great. And then the Seth Rollins match, we're going to have to try our best to make some magic, but if that one ends up not being as great, well, that's an unintended consequence of what's happening. But I just don't, and I'm not saying you put The Rock against Seth Rollins. What I'm saying is you try to find somebody else who could take that role and you make that work out, right? And it's obviously harder than it looks, and you got to understand that, right? WWE is not, they're doing the best with what they have. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense how this is going. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense why you would take a match that clearly everybody wanted to see and ruin it. But obviously, it's tough to complain about The Rock versus Roman Reigns as well. So we'll see. That's probably still going to be a fantastic match. But I just think it's not the match people wanted to see. And if he was going to fight him later, anyways, well, that's kind of more to the point. Is people would probably be fine seeing that match later on, but they don't want to see it right now. It's not the match they want to see right now. They want to see Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. But we'll probably still get that down the line because he's been kind of saying I'm not going to see it Mania, but I will see you. It's going to be interesting, and we'll have to wait and see. So thank you all for watching. Let us know what your thoughts on this. Was it the right move by The Rock to kind of push to be in this match? Should he not have pushed to be in this match? Do you agree with me? They should have at least kept Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns and just kind of found an opponent for Seth Rollins, or what should have happened? We'll see you next time.